Hi, Christy here with Stitch Pray Love, and I have I've got a finished ornament from the Bucilla Purrrfectly Spooky Felt Ornament Kit. I've got the little black cat and the jack-o'-lantern, and the ghost, all I have to do is glue on, I know, this ghost's little feet. That's my cat, Kanga. If you have done this particular kit, you'll know that I made a little bit of a boo-boo. Instead of sewing the front of the cat face to the front of the jack-o'-lantern and then the back of the cat to the back of the jack-o'-lantern, I stitched the cat together first. And that really, I'm not too bothered that I did that, because one of the things that I'm trying to do with my videos is just give some things, some hints or tricks that might be beneficial. And this is something that, this is maybe a fix-it video. What I did was I came to the back and it had come all the way up, like a pumpkin. And I trimmed down so that it would meet the front, so that instead of stitching around like this with the black and then coming around with the orange, I just stitched around with the orange and then stitched through right here front to back. So that worked out okay, but that's something that you can do. And I do that actually with a lot of my ornaments. I will stitch through, a thickness like that for, whatever reason. But it turned out okay. And we're nearly done with this little kitty fella here too. One of the things that I did want to talk about real quick though in this video is whether or not to cut out your pieces before you do anything on them, like add the sequins and add the stitching. Something that stayed with me, I was a first grade teacher, and anytime we had to cut multiple things and glue them or whatever, I always had one or two kids, no matter how many times I said, don't cut out a piece until you need it, because you may lose it. There were always one or two that had to cut out every piece. And I know that there are people that do that. It's the same reason, because you may lose it along the way. I have seen somebody cut out pieces and then put all the pieces that go with one particular ornament in a baggie. Now, if you do that, seal it up, you won't have a problem with it. But the other reason that I try not to do that is felt is kind of like plywood in that it's not woven, it's kind of stuck together. And that being the case, felt can pull. Okay, see, I did that, and see, it's already buckling just a little bit. And if you cut a piece completely out, you run the risk of doing that to the edges of the piece. And even though you can normally get it to go ahead and fit all right after that happens, I try not to do that. And maybe for beginners, it might be better not to do that also. Now, there are times when I may have to cut really close to the edges in order to get some stitching done. But I might cut just right here and right here. And then when I'm completely done with the stitching, then I'll go ahead and cut the piece out. And that way you've got a piece that's going to stay a little bit more flat. You're not going to have any of this buckling. And the more you do it, the more it can happen. I'm trying to think. It may have happened just a little bit on this piece. I try and cut as far as I can around it to be able to work on it, apart from the other ones, so you're not holding one great big piece of felt. But I was able to leave all of these intact. This one and this one, I needed to especially do the stitching before I did the sequins. But like I said, I'll cut this and this, and actually I might do it here and here too, so that I can get that stitching to the edge like I need to. But just another little little tip or trick that might help your ornaments come out just a little bit better. Remember, again, we spend a lot of time and effort on these, and you want them to come out as you know, as well as they can. And again, I like for my backs to be nice and clean, you know, not have any stitching on them. Certainly no different colored stitching, but I like to have no stitching if I can manage it. Anyway, if you found this trick helpful, I'd appreciate it if you'd like, subscribe, and share my video. Give me a comment down there if you have, if you've done this kit, if you caught my mistake. Anyway, I appreciate you stopping by and spending a little time with me. God bless. Have a great rest of the night, and we will see you next time. Thanks. Bye.